Anti-Afro Svengalis. I want to talk to you about the concept of more than you bargained or more than you bargained for, and let you know that this is what happened to Dempsey. Derell, legal name, Dempsey Spears, the Medicare defrauder. Now, why do I say it like that? Do you want to know why I say Dempsey Spears, legal name, Medicare defrauder, the one who stole $8,000? I say it because it's true. I'm coming back with truth. Truth in response to all of the times Dempsey ran around here and told everybody I was broke and destitute. And I'm not stealing any money. He's on record for stealing money. See, that's responding to truth. That's what that is. Medicare defrauder, stole $8,000, legal name Dempsey Spears, running these streams with my name flying across the bottom and telling you to report me. Well, report me. Report me. But guess what? If he's doing this, he should have no problem with someone else reciprocating. But hypocrites, liars, and abusers and backstabbers always have the hardest problem swallowing the bitter pill that they self prescribed by way of their actions. I'm going to show you a video. It's going to be a short video because I'm not going to play the whole thing based on the nature of the violence. If you want to see the entire video, I'm going to post the link. I'm only going to show you a little bit about what happens when you get more than you bargained for. Stay tuned and I will return.
Bitch. No, bitch, who the fuck is... Girl, I slapped the fuck out of you. You shut up, bitch. What you want to do? What you want to do? That's exactly what I thought, bitch. You'll get the fuck beat out of you, bitch. Bitch, fuck you. Oh, I'm about to beat her ass. She called us a nigger.
Okay, you think that person thought in a million years she was going to get basically jumped for running her mouth? Dempsey didn't think anything was going to happen to him either. When I say happen to him, that, of course, is his perception that somebody is doing something to him. Nobody's doing anything to Dempsey. Dempsey set himself up to get actually way more than he ever imagined he could bargain for or did bargain for. And let me say this for the record. I got to take a slight detour. There was a comment made that I post videos. I'm careful about what I say. No, I'm not careful about what I say. I say what I say. Just like you saw here in the store, that would never occur to me to yell down an aisle at somebody, track them down and jump them. Now, am I going to sit here and criticize someone else who does? No, they do that. They do that. That's not what I do. That's not how I operate. I'm going to ignore the person. In fact, get away from the person. So when I record my videos, I say what I say. See, when you have a halfway decent upbringing, you don't need to worry about what you say. You don't need to run around deleting everything because you're concerned about somebody's going to get a hold of it and do something with it, and you're going to suffer some consequences. I don't worry about anything like that. What I say is what I say. There's no having to be careful about anything. If you were doing the things that Dempsey is doing and you proceed to be reckless and then you realize that people are onto you, then you start deleting videos, you start changing your screen name, you start changing the channel name, you say you're going to leave the Umar Johnson sector. There's where the problem comes in. I don't have to be, quote, careful about anything. It's already self-installed that you do things to protect yourself. It doesn't take any sort of like, oh my God, I got to think about this. If others weren't worried, they wouldn't be taking down their shit. I mean, you can take it down if you want. It's your business. Don't get me wrong. But I'm addressing it to all those out there. If you were so confident in what you were doing, you wouldn't give a damn. I don't give it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Nothing's being taken down. The only things that were taken down were the Umar Johnson videos because of the scammers and the ingrates and the backstabbers were continuing to make money off of us, although they insisted on treating us like shit. And we had it, okay? Eventually we will return to posting Umar Johnson videos. We're continuing our work offline and we have made progress. Umar Johnson has legal situations going on that he's not even addressing. I did that brief detour. So back on to the main topic. You out there trying to say situations that are confirmed and set in stone are alleged. You can say alleged. You can continue to deny this happened, but it happened. It's a matter of record. Just like it's bona fide, set in stone fact that Dumpsy D. Derell's wife, Latasha, has a criminal conviction for child abuse. So you have a husband and a wife. One who got jacked up by the licensing board for stealing, and by the chin of his chinny chin chin, didn't get prosecuted, and he might be on barred list. He might be barred from certain contracts with that finding of fact. It's a finding of fact. He had consequences. He can no longer supervise anybody who is working towards earning a license because he can't be trusted. Billing is on the honor system, and he violated it by stealing that $8,000. So you have a lot of dishonesty. Oh my goodness, I'm not speculating on how anybody, quote, turned out, because this is what people are saying. Oh my goodness, they got over. I don't know. I have no idea. Fact of the matter is, you have two dishonest parents, and when you have two dishonest parents, what do you think is likely to happen? You can do the math on that. Dumpsy loves to try to pretend that things were just made up, because that's what he does. He went around here for the last nearly 5 years. And let me put this really on the right road. There was a word that somebody used. I don't know if it was called retaliation or revenge. One of the two. Neither applies. If someone is running up here on social media, putting out all kinds of lies about you and your family for 5 years, and it isn't just one person, lie after lie after lie after lie. If you come back with the truth, that's not revenge and it's not retaliation. It's setting the record straight. So there are all types of strategies that others will use to try to silence others who are simply speaking the truth. And again, they have a right to say what they want to say, but it doesn't impress upon me to stop what I'm doing when it comes to dispensing the truth. Now, it's not even about looks. I said on the community wall, Dumpsy made it about looks. Dumpsy has attacked every single woman in and around the Umar Johnson space. It doesn't matter whether or not they're on his page now, he attacked them as well. Always about their physical characteristics. Always. He was so desperate to characterize women in such a negative light as far as their looks, he would use photos that aren't even them. He did the same thing to Nyla. He's got a fake photo up there on his community wall of Nyla that's not Nyla. What is the investment for someone to run around posting fake photos of other people and making them look less desirable? That's because he's trying to convince himself that what he claims he has is more desirable. And you can put any photos you want. You can put photos up of a supposed wife looking elsewhere and smiling. No one cares. Put all the retouch and filtered photos you want. It doesn't change the facts. What are the facts? The facts that Dumpsy ran around here for nearly 5 years criticizing not just women, all of the brothers up here about how they're horrible parents, how they're deadbeats, how they can't get women, how the women are ugly, how they're fat. Again, posting fake photos. We know about what he did to me for how many years? And try to restart that campaign again. Not so long ago. And really expecting me to jump up and start hollering and screaming and defending myself. There is nothing to defend. I didn't say it then. I think I mentioned it one time significantly after he ran this campaign. I've already spoken to the district attorney's office. They already know what went on. And Dumpsy tried to get it started again, and he was warned. You keep this up, then they are going to be filing charges. That's why he stopped. It takes the white man to shut him up. So be it. So be it. If the white man has to shut Dumpsy up, that's what has to happen. Well, he's already been shut down. I can't tell you how many times. He's so angry that his lies and his harassment and his slander, I want to emphasize sexual harassment, resulted in him being disciplined. Stealing money resulted in him being disciplined. And he's running around here calling everybody else broke and says he works and says he makes $1 million. He says he makes millions of dollars a year. If you're making millions of dollars a year, you're not stealing 8,000. And you had better believe it was more than 8,000. That's just what he got caught with. He got caught. He continues to be busted, cold busted. Thinks he can jump up here and say anything about anybody and will never come back on him. Well, we see that he is wrong. The truth tells all, and that's what happened. This needed to happen. It needed to be revealed. And there's much more we haven't told. And I will be bringing out more information. You let this piece of shit run around here, putting people's lives in danger. And there's so many of you that sit up there and condone that bullshit. An attorney sitting up there, Tip P, are you really an attorney? You're sitting up there supporting this crap. I don't know what your motivation is, but you were right there when it all went down. You were there. And for Dempsey, you can't really believe anything that he says. To sit here and try to pretend as if he was wronged, that something is being done to his family. How many times did he run live streams talking about Rev G's family, talking about Lennon Arner's family? How many families did he attack and accuse the mothers of being child abusers, accusing these brothers of having affairs on their wives on the DL? He paid for all this. Your wife needs an AIDS test. He paid for all of that. The flunkies and the contrabands and the looky-loos, they all participated. So desperate to try to get me for what? Nothing was ever done to you, TCTV, but you decided to join in and attack me in so many ways. You attacked Gerald. You attacked so many people. Not a single one of these people did anything to you, but you decided that you were going to go along and start attacking us. So this time out, we're going to bring the law in on you. You're not going to run up here and continue sexually harassing me, sexually harassing Gerald. If Lennon doesn't want to do anything about it, that's Lennon's business. But I am here to make sure people know what went down. So I will be mentioning Lennon's name and Lennon's family, because it is not going to be forgotten what Dempsey did. This is somebody who comes online bragging about being a therapist, reminding people on the regular that he's supposedly superior than you all. Let me tell you something, people. There's a myth I want to dispel for everybody. Producing children doesn't mean you give a damn about those children or anyone else's. Producing children only requires a biology function. That is it. Nobody's going to convince me that they can sit up here and initiate long drawn out sustained attacks on people's children and they care about their own. You don't care about your kids. Nobody is ever going to convince me that they can sit here and place an entire family of children in harm's way and claim to love their own. They don't love anybody. They want everybody to suffer what they suffered. And if you're not going to suffer what they suffered just by the natural course of life, damn it, they're going to make it happen. This was the campaign that Dempsey ran and paid for. He paid for this campaign knowing all along that he was the one who has a supposed wife in name only who's convicted of child abuse. Now, I want to add something else. You know how Dempsey would run around here calling people baby mamas and spiritual wives as if he has people's marriage certificates and he knows when they got married? Dempsey had a baby out of wedlock. The baby that his wife beat up on with the fly swatter, hit her on the face, she was 5 years old at the time. Dempsey last year said he was married for 18 years. That happened in 2007. The child was born in 2002. So Dempsey has a baby mama. He wasn't married when that child was conceived and born. So who the hell is he to run around here and criticize people for having children when they're not married? See, that's what I'm talking about. He acts like every single thing negative that he says about someone else, he has it going on. Like, for example, you have a child out of wedlock. Well, guess what? So do you. You can't talk about anybody. You are an abomination, a disgrace to this profession. You need to be run out of this profession. It just comes out. Just the truth comes out on its own. The truth is not retaliation. The truth is not revenge. This is so ridiculous. You make people to suffer harm and not access their legal rights. That's just guilt tripping. It doesn't work on me because if I have a legal access to address what people are doing to me, I'm going to take that legal route. And nobody's going to guilt me or shame me or harass me for it. Dempsey loves to say, or lie rather, I have never tried to do something to people offline. Liar. This creep is a liar. He sat here and ran, and this is just one example, my name at least 30 something times on live streams telling you to call the licensing board. But it doesn't matter to me if you call the licensing board, because there is nothing that they'll be able to tag me on because I haven't violated any regulations. I get to come up here and I get to have my free speech as long as I'm not violating anyone's rights. I'm not a person that operates on instant gratification. I have to say and do every single thing that comes to my mind. I have to respond to every single thing someone says. I don't have that urge and never did. Truth is truth. What do I have to worry about? This happened. This is a conviction for child abuse. Go somewhere with your alleged bullshit. There is no alleged. There is no alleged. These things happened. It would be a slam dunk civil case with damages if I'm lying about Dempsey stealing that $8,000+ and if I'm lying about Dempsey's wife Latasha having a criminal conviction for child abuse. File the documents. We're ready to go. You got an attorney in Texas. It's not going to be hard to defend myself. I would look forward to it. People, you know I have a lot more coming your way. In the meantime, never forget to heed the warning. Buyer beware.